I like to think of dynamic changes with your air. In other words, fast and slow moving air. Take your finger, and I like to lick my finger before doing this. I have my students do this because then there's another physical sensation that you can use to understand the speed of the air. Take your finger, put it in front of your mouth, and blow fast and slowly, alternating, without stopping the air at all. Now, you want to do the exact same thing on your oboe. I like to start with half hold D for the vibrato exercise. Do that for as long as you can continue to produce that pulsation of air, the pulsation of air speed changing back and forth without stopping. You may only be able to do a few of these if you're new at doing vibrato. Work to play these quarter note pulsations for as long as you can. The next thing I like to have my students do is to play it on eighth notes, same tempo. As long as they can. The next rhythmic pattern is triplets. The next 16th notes. This is infinitely more difficult to do. Please do not rush into these latter patterns until you can do the first patterns really well for a prolonged period of time. Then the last thing I ask my students to do is to take a very, very deep breath and play all of the rhythmic patterns one into the next with 4 beats on each rhythmic pattern. Then the last thing that I'm going to add, and this is your bonus, is just fluctuate your vibrato slow to fast to slow, because you're not always going to meter your vibrato. You really want to use that as the icing on the musical cake. It should never permeate the musical phrase or your sound. Last word about vibrato. To me, vibrato should be produced like a singer's. Every instrumentalist should be striving to emulate the singer's voice, both in tone production and vibrato. It should be natural. I do not recommend chin vibrato or lip vibrato for the oboist. Please use your air to produce a beautiful, dynamic vibrato.